Hello everyone, thank you for coming. Thank you Boy Review, thank you Jamie. Just want to take a quick moment to thank Tom Gabriel who made it out tonight. I actually responded to his piece and I wouldn't be doing writing at all, creative writing that is, if I didn't take his class over the summer years back. So I'm going to read a short piece first, and it's related to the story that appears in the show. And this one's called Contest. Martin wanted to get big after his breakup. When he came back to visit for a few weeks, Martin had increased himself, twice his own size, taking up space. First thing he did after landing from a 6-hour flight and getting a rental car was head to the gym for a session. His presence declared himself as Max, as if every striation on his body was a sentence declaring, I exist. Martin's weights defined him, what he lifted, things he carried. He built himself through supplement powders turned clay in his body, which applied like mud, carried through the blood under his skin, that coated what existed and turned into muscle fibers, self-chiseling his way out of a pillar of marble to become Michelangelo's angel, so that he could go on to win a bodybuilding contest. Eating became his job. He stocked my fridge with chicken fillets, ground tuna, cartons of egg whites, had gallons of water in his room. He ate bread plain and ate gummy fiber and vitamin cheese, microwavable brown rice, ate his fiber cereal with coconut milk, which turned out to crunchy sludge. Told me, beer is estrogen in me. You're gonna get man tits, bro. And that shots of whiskey usually have 60 calories, that he hasn't had ice cream in forever. I looked at him with a what kind of life are you living face and felt my peck. Before he got big, Martin lived with his then girlfriend and her folks the whole time they dated, which made the split tectonic, made Martin feel small. He walked around the neighborhood with large headphones on, red-faced, moving slow as if he were a prawn navigating rooms in the water. Martin taught me things about lifting when I went to the gym with him, things that I took as metaphors for his life. On, not lifting with the mindset that you're going to fail a rep. You just have to hit the pain threshold. You have to be crazy. On, the amount of supplement powders he consumed every day. Once you hit a certain point in bodybuilding, it isn't about genetics, it's chemical warfare. He critiqued other guys in the gym for looking sloppy when they lifted, on, not sacrificing form for weight. It's about time under tension. Martin pointed out one guy with head-sized arms, told me how he had no striations when he lifted. That's because that man injects himself with synthol, oil that expands muscles and size. On, not cheating. Our bodies are a reflection of our thoughts and actions. And I'd see Martin's routine every day, him listening to the same playlists, watching the same shows after drinking NyQuil to put him out. The whole time he stayed with me, I wanted to ask why he really wanted to win the contest, why he moved to another state. But I just held the questions, suppressed them like the noise of coughs about to clash with a quiet room. One day, Martin came to the apartment and told me that he strained something in his back. He brought out the tennis ball, put it on the ground, sat in front of it, leaned back, and started rolling against it. With his arms stretched behind him, I wanted to tell him that winning the contest wasn't going to alleviate what might be a serious injury, that bodybuilders are masochists, that our bodies are no longer meant to kill or hunt, like he said. I wanted to tell him that he was Atlas, and the planet that he had to carry wasn't so great, that he didn't have to punish himself by lifting so much to make up for that. Wars fought and lost for women, chemical or not, end in tragedy. The tension of heartache doesn't make you stronger over time, just makes you familiar with it. Water pressure, the deeper you go, but swimming is quicker on the surface. Instead, I just watched red-faced Martin roll like a lobster trying to balance on a marble, and gave him some advice on not getting yourself hurt. I think you should change your routine. So I'm also going to be doing doing something that terrifies me, and that is read some poetry that I wrote. This is a review for that. I've been writing fiction for quite some time. I've only started writing poetry recently. And what I'm about to read you is part of a bigger project that documents how my family immigrated to America. And I'm focusing on different members of my family, and these two will be about my grandfather. Okay, so the first one is called Nursing. At first, my grandfather could only refuse to eat for so long before his hunger gave way. Visits, parking full, always family routinely around, scheduled for days of sleep, exercise. A one-way lobby covered in gravel, diagonal stalls where if you park at the end, you must reverse, tires cracking all the way out. One rock should be sharp enough, puncturing you to stay much longer. Even real water is denied. The language pathologist orders it. Thickened liquids. Dehydration is possible if patient does not have enough. Plastic cups, thirst met with gel, honey consistency without the sweets. To prevent the risk of choking, thin liquids are fatal for patients, or refreshing cold. Sometimes the eyes were telling, speaking horrors of kill me, please. The stare is silent begging, the plea is in the drool, cannot be prevented. There's no strength to sip, just the flow of false water, of life, half letting in, half allowed. This one's called Fall. Hunched over a large stone of a person with legs crossed underneath his body, unused leg acting as a buffer, grandfather's right hand curled as if it were attempting to roll back into his wrist. His thin shirt clings to his body, perspiration making it transparent, a second skin, sweating, his body heat and aura around him, even the numbness is warm. As I carry him from under his arms, lean back and lift up enough for his good leg to adjust while grandmother readies the wheelchair, at the same time telling him, "잘 넘어졌어. See, you've gotten too fat." Grandfather gets seated, looks at me like savior, and I remove myself in that moment, remove my grandmother, and imagine this fall alone, replayed in personal hell, attempting to roll back up and lean and grab the corner of his bed with his good hand on his arm, his second skin, the fat getting in the way. Grandmother pushes at the handlebars, reassuring us that she's ready. "그봐, 움직이도 안 돼. See, it won't even budge." I grab him a towel, rub the side of his back that still feels, asking, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Grandmother tells me, "요셉이 힘세네. See, you've gotten strong." But I doubt her words as I replay him, rolling, rolling, gravity working against him. Thank you, everyone.